Alright, so looks like we got another reaction video. Kuro's patience has run out. Let's see what this is about and why their patience has run out. Also, as you know, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video. And also, subscriber goal is going to be 1 subscriber today. It's Monday. I'm tired. Everyone else tired. But 1 subscriber. Let's get right into it. I do kind of want to see what this video is about.
Kuro's done with their listening. At least when it comes to leaks. The official Wuthering Ways developer Twitter just posted some very spicy news regarding.
Wait, have they been allowing leaks? I didn't even know they was allowing leaks. I'm gonna be honest, because most gacha games be like, yeah, no, kill them all, kill them all.
The actions they're taking and have already started taking against the unauthorized distribution of their content. They're not playing games. Things like more rigid and formal warnings, collaboration with content sharing platforms to remove material, and perhaps most extensive of all, ongoing legal proceedings in the court of law. Considering the previous community post earlier in September directly warning the player base about leaks, it's safe to say that many saw this nuclear follow-up coming. Some could say that Kuro is going a bit too far with these actions. There are many across the community that believe that leaks drive an incredible amount of marketing and exposure through republished content and word of mouth. They're not wrong. Leaking
When it comes to leaks, for me, I don't really see it as a bad thing. Mainly because, I mean, let's be real. Leaks is kind of the same thing that, in my opinion, in my eyes, it's the same thing that companies do when they drip market. Like, all they doing is leaking the character early, but it's just an official leak instead of a random person that probably went in data mined it and figured out, oh yeah, this character's coming in about like 4 or 5 months. But I do see why they don't want people doing it, because what if they decide to, you know, have a character come out this time, right? But then they have them do this kid and all that other stuff, and then they end up switching it like 2 months later. But then people gonna be like, bro, why isn't this kid in there? We saw the leaks that this kid was supposed to be on this character. It looks insane. Now is really dumbed down or lower than what it was supposed to be. I guess that's probably why, because just in case changes happen, they don't want to be held accountable for, not even held accountable. They just don't want people to come in and be like, oh my gosh, why? Well, but they had this when it was leaked. Why isn't it still here? Type thing.
A highly anticipated character's kit drives a ton of views and engagement, but content like this isn't a win-win situation for the developers. There's a lot of reasons for why leaks can be so detrimental to the development and release of a new version. It could be major spoilers of massive story developments, overexposure of work that's still in the middle of development, or the disruption of typical content when new versions release. There are many downstream implications for big leaks that heavily damage the perception of the final product that these devs are trying to release. If the pros for leaks
That is kind of true. That is kind of true as well.
really outweighed the cons, why would the developers make a statement like this? Why would they make it twice? Why would the developers do this when they have all the insight and data when it comes to their engagement, marketing, and performance? Today, we'll be taking the time to dissect this absolutely gigantic statement to break down what prompted such an aggressive stance towards leaks by Kuro Games. When there's hype or engagement made from previews of leaked materials, that isn't free. That just means that the actual release, backed by expensive productions like live streams and version trailers, has less hype and engagement than it normally would. And that is bad for developers. As always, if you're enjoying this content, please hit that like and subscribe button.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's really, because like my opinion is it's a 50-50, right? Like, the character looks trash in the leaks, and most people probably will be like, oh well, that character kind of trash, and so I don't really care. Oh, live stream coming out, I'm like, oh, I already know it's coming out anyway, so I guess you can see it from that point of view. But I feel like it's a 50-50 coin toss to that.
Kuro's tense relationship with leakers started all the way back to the launch of the game. The game's second version and very first beta, 1.1, had its pre-release tainted by leaks across every type of avenue imaginable.
I did not see any of this. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know this.
Extremely early character leaks intricately describing the kits and numbers of Jinxi and Chong-Li, who undoubtedly experienced multiple rounds of balancing changes, a complete exposure of story cutscenes, pivotal plot development, and even unfinished assets. And of course,
It was? Wait, I've never seen any. I didn't see any of this when the game first came out.
Course, at the center of it all, the algorithms of YouTube and Twitter blasting this content as far and wide as possible. Because it's new, it's exciting, it gets views, and most importantly, ad revenue for these platforms. What
I wouldn't even say that's the platform's fault. Let's be real, right? Because it like Wuthering Waves. Let's say this this happened during the time Wuthering Waves was coming out. There wasn't really any content on Wuthering Waves. Only content was going to be leaks anyway. So that, or people talking about Wuthering Waves and if it's going to be good or not, they predictions. So it makes sense why. It makes sense why. It makes sense why they pushed it, because everyone watched leaks. Like if you're a leaker channel, you get a lot of views, but at the same time, you have a risk of getting your channel struck down. So that's why I don't do it anymore.
What this meant was that the developers, the people who had been spending months carefully crafting this content based off user research, meticulous design processes, and numbers balancing, weren't able to deliver the first impression that they wanted to. Not in their first version update, nor for any future one after that. It should be clear why this is a bad thing. These developers, with these betas, are looking for feedback on their work to see what can be improved, what needs to be toned back, and how they can make the overall experience better. They could be experimenting with new mechanics to see how they feel in gameplay. They might be showing off unfinished assets or incomplete descriptions, or even things that might not make it into the final cut. The fact of the matter is that leakers revealing all of this info so early on in development can easily create warped expectations for the final product that the developers never intended in the first place. If all of their work in progress is getting exposed, that could mean Kuro now feels the need for more polish across their betas. Rather than a rough draft of the update, they're instead pressured to bring something much closer to the final product to their test servers, severely limiting the potential for experimentation across kits. They can't.
I wouldn't even, me personally, like this is, obviously I'm gonna go by what I think, right? I don't really think that, oh, this leaks come out, so you got to make your beta test perfect because your game's being leaked. I don't think, because it's a beta test. I'm sorry, if you think a beta test is supposed to be perfect, then you're just dumb. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just dumb, because obviously a beta test isn't going to be perfect. It's a freaking beta test for a reason. It's not the live test. It's not, they didn't bring it out to the masses, everyone to see. It's a beta test for a reason. That's why it's there. So obviously it ain't gonna be perfect. I don't like, and plus obviously, you know, they doing beta tests and all that, they like, whoa, they're gonna test new characters, oh, they'll test new kits. I don't see any problem.
Can't test a
But I may just be thinking differently than most people, I guess.
New feature that might be risky or negatively received, because they'll be immediately exposed to the public and draw outrage or criticism, even though improving on that is the point of these betas. You see it all the time across other gacha titles, especially in games like Honkai Star Rail, with releases like Zhao Kui or Rappa having some of the worst public perceptions across the player base prior to their release.
They did? I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Rappa, I just wanted her because she looks like a ninja. She looks cool. That's about it. And sadly, I didn't get her. But, you know, whatever to that. And yeah, the other Fox dude, I really just didn't care for her.
Despite having some of the highest power levels in game. That's because of the bastardized
in the game, and I don't have her because
first impression that their early beta kits made on the player base. And all of that was because of leaks. It's clear from these prior examples that leaks shouldn't be the deciding factor when it comes to pulling or saving for a character. Drip marketing is there for a reason, and leakers are so bad at theory crafting and numbers are changing so much that you can't accurately gauge power levels either. Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games, however, are impacted far more than Honkai Star Rail when it comes to their character leaks. That's because, from a simple gameplay and animation perspective, there's a lot more that goes into wuwa's release. Every character in Wuthering Waves has a massive amount of unique animations. You can see them across every individual attack, recovery animations following those attacks, and of course, every ability in their kit, with some characters even having 2 animations built into one ability based off their Forte circuit, or active updates to their model across gameplay. There's a reason why Kuro, in their message to leakers, emphasizes the incredible amount of time that goes into their character development. There's a huge amount of care that goes into their visual design and aesthetic feel, with multiple teams collaborating towards one goal. These people should be the ones who get to decide how their character gets promoted. They decide when the product is finished and ready for the public, after implementing feedback from their previous round rounds of testing, not some leaker or leaker adjacent looking to farm clout and engagement. When somebody leaks or actively disseminates leaks across content platforms, you have to think about what their motives are. These people know
their motive is literally to get clicks. That's about it. That is the only reason they're doing it, because they know that it's gonna get clicks. Like, if you actually go, right, I'm not saying do this, right, if you actually go and look up leaks for a game, you will be surprised the amount of views them videos get. Like, bro, they getting paid off they easily. And then what, they channel get taken out, they just upload, they just want to just go to it, make a new channel and then upload it again, and they get around the same amount of money. Like, them leak channels get a lot of, because they get a lot of clicks, because people want to know what's coming next, right? I think that's the only reason why they do it. I don't think they're doing it because the people must know. No, they just doing it for the clicks. It's not that hard.
They're taking hype away from the actual release. They know they're doing a disservice to a character's first impressions. They know they're actively hurting or minimizing the months of work these developers have put in. When people make this type of content, especially on YouTube, their goal isn't to give you an informed overview on a pre-release character before you pull. These kits and mechanics change far too much across any beta for any of this speculation to be helpful. These people are just trying to get clicks, views, and money by either breaking the law or distributing the products of broken laws. These are people that are looking to get ahead in the game by operating with complete dishonesty and disregard for the developers making their game. It's nothing short of incredibly selfish, especially when some of these quote-unquote
yeah, but I do want to say, like, some leakers are leaking, mainly not the actual leakers probably, but the ones that, like, because some people react to leak content, right? I'm pretty sure some of them is probably just so hyped that they want to just share it with everyone, right? Some leakers probably the same way, but 99% of them, I believe 99% of them just do it for the clicks and the views. Are like, hey, look, oh my gosh, I got this new information out, click on it, look what's new, oh my gosh, it's coming out in 5.8 of Wuthering Waves. I'm like,
quote CCs operate with the knowledge that other creators, you know, the ones with morals, are actively avoiding this type of content altogether.
I don't even be realizing it happening. I'm gonna be honest, I don't realize it happens because I don't go and look for it. I'm like, Wuthering Waves, I don't go and look for it.
Having all of this content heavily promoted by the YouTube algorithm disrupts views for Kuro games, content creators who are playing by the rules, and perhaps most importantly of all, the creator programs sponsored by Kuro themselves.
They have a creator program? Since when was this? Yeah, I need to sign up.
If you're somebody who wants more creative wuwa content, things like story overviews, lore breakdowns, or other unique ideas, that type of content is getting pushed down by leaks. Those creators aren't able to get the views or engagement to succeed in these programs because there's so many leaks clogging the algorithm. And when creators don't get results, they stop making content. These leaks do a lot more damage to the game's ecosystem than you think. Kuro's doing a massive service for more than just themselves by taking this stance against leaks. They're helping the entire community, and we can only hope that the community responds in kind. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out.
That was a good video. I don't think the people would be mad about leaks, me personally. I mean, like, leakers being prosecuted or whatever. I don't think most of the fan base care. I think most of the fan base don't even look at the leaks, to be honest. I mean, my opinion. It's like a select few that goes out, and I said flute, what the heck? It's a select few that goes out and go look, be like, oh my gosh, this character coming out with this one and that one. Okay, I don't need to save. But most people don't even probably have the time to even go look at the leaks. Me personally, I follow a lot of Wuthering Waves things on Twitter, and that's where most leaks come from, to be honest. And I don't really see that many leaks there, but I do understand the point, like all the points that's made in the video. It makes sense, I'm gonna be honest, especially with the beta test thing, because it's like a beta test is a beta test for a reason, right? It's a reason why the character isn't in the actual game yet. It's not that they just holding on to this character waiting to the right moment to release it so that way they can get the most monetary gain from it. No, they sitting there, they testing it, they trying out new things, they're trying to make sure that these mechanics work with these mechanics to make sure that the character isn't super overpowered and just kills everything in the game, and the next thing you know, only one character is needed for the whole game. Like, honestly, that's what they do, right? and they want to make sure that characters ain't too bad, that it's so bad that nobody ever use them or pull for them ever in their life. Like, they make it in balance. They got to make it balanced. That's how it works. But other than that, yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share the video. I am about to be out of here. Channel membership if you ever want to. It helps out a lot, actually. I'm broke, okay, guys? I'm broke. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.